Dr. Yamori, firstly, will you tell us the characteristic of diet in Japan of present day?
Yes, as you may know, the major source of the caloric intake in Japan is the rice. And among developed countries, Japan is very unique because we eating rice as a main source of the calorie. And we carried out the worldwide health survey in 60 populations, and we found that Japanese are eating unique diets such as soybean products, a lot of fish, and seaweed.
And I wonder, there are any difference of dietary customs by age in Japan?
Of course, the elderly people are still keeping the traditional dietary customs, but the younger generations, obviously, their dietary customs are quickly westernized, and they like fatty foods, typical Western-style foods, so that the disease pattern will be changed in the near future.
Mm-hmm. I see. And now, could you tell us about the traditional diet for healthy long life in Japan?
Of course, if we compare our Japanese traditional diets with Western diets, we know the dietary customs to eat a lot of fish, soybeans, and seaweeds are very good for the prevention of the coronary heart diseases, which are the major cause of death in Western countries. And our worldwide study, epidemiological study, clearly indicated there is a clear inverse relationship between the mortality rate of coronary heart diseases and average life expectancy, so that the longest life expectancy in Japan is due to the lowest coronary heart disease mortality among developed countries.
Mm-hmm. I see. And as you said, that Japanese are enjoying the longest average lifespan in the world. And so what is the secret of the Japanese food? Do you have any example of the healthy diet in the one of the region of Japan?
Yes, of course, among Japanese populations, Okinawan people, particularly females, are enjoying the longest life expectancy, and their diets are really unique. And if we compare the other parts of Japan, their food intake is the lowest. We checked their food intake by collecting 24-hour urine, and we noticed that they are taking only 8 grams of salt per day. That in average, Japanese people are eating 12 or 13 grams of salt per day. And of course, you know, excess salt intake is a major cause of high blood pressure and stroke.
Right.
And moreover, Okinawan people are often eating fish and soybeans, a lot of seaweeds. All these foods are good for the prevention of coronary heart diseases.
Now I understand that the merits of Okinawan daily diets are characterized with low salt and soybean and fish and seaweed.
That's right, yeah.
And now, will you introduce the other diets for healthy longevity in other countries and regions? Do you have any example of the healthy food in other countries?
Yes, it's well known. The Georgian people, South Russia, are enjoying the longest active life. And they have, in a sense, very similar dietary customs. Like example, similar dietary customs to Okinawans. For example, they boil meats, so that they are eating a lot of meats, 1.5 times more than the amount we Japanese are eating. But their cholesterol level is similar to or lower than the Japanese, so that their mortality rate of coronary heart disease is low. Moreover, Georgian people are eating a lot of green vegetables and fruits. And we know now that these foods contains a lot of antioxidants, which are very useful for the prevention of coronary heart diseases. Because of low mortality rate of coronary heart diseases, Caucasian people are enjoying the long life expectancy. And the other example, along Silk Road area, Uyghur people are enjoying a long life. There are also similar dietary customs to Georgian people. They also eating low-fat meat, and they are eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. And in southern part of China, Korean area, the people are eating a lot of soybean products, and they enjoy healthy long life. And under the influence of the Chinese dietary customs and the Japanese dietary customs, Okinawans' dietary customs are the best mixture of the Chinese and Japanese diets, and they enjoy the long life because Okinawans people are eating a lot of soy products and low-fat pork. So these good dietary customs are also added with the Japanese good diets such as fish and seaweeds, so that actually people taking the merits of the best Chinese food and the Japanese food.
So there are similar characteristics or nutrition in the dietary habit in several regions where people are enjoying the healthy long life.
That's right. For example, all these areas, the people eating a lot of vegetables and fruits. Vegetables and fruits are well known to contain antioxidants, vitamin E or vitamin A and vitamin C. All these antioxidants are good for the prevention of coronary heart diseases.
I see. And I guess that the change in dietary habits may influence the health of the people all over the world. Do you have any example of such cases of change of dietary habit?
Yes. You see, as I said, the Okinawans people living in Okinawa are still enjoying the longest life expectancy in the world. And it is very interesting. The Okinawans people moved to Hawaii, and their life expectancy became longer. And they reached the longest life expectancy of the present-day Japanese already at 1980s. And we compare the Hawaiian Japanese and original Okinawans. And we noted that their salt intake became lower in Hawaii. And they began to eat more fruits and vegetables. Although their westernization occurs, but they are still keeping the traditional Okinawan diet, such as eating a lot of soybeans, fishes, and seaweeds. In contrast to immigrants living in Hawaii, unfortunately, the Japanese immigrants living in Brazil, their dietary customs was completely westernized. They are enjoying eating a lot of meats and fatty food, salty food, and taking a lot of sugars. The incidence of high blood pressure and hypercholesterolemia remarkably increased, and also obesity was increased, and tendency of diabetes was clearly increased. So this means if Okinawans lose their traditional dietary customs, and their dietary customs is westernized, Japanese also have the high risk of coronary heart diseases and other lifestyle-related diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes, stroke, and also cancers. And unfortunately, the lifespans in Brazil became 17 years shorter than the lifespan of Okinawans. So that for the longevity, of course, the genetics may be important, but I should say the environment, particularly dietary customs, are more important for keeping good health to live long.
So it is obvious that the overeating of fat and other westernization of the dietary habit cause lifestyle-related diseases. And in order to maintain the healthy, long life, what kind of diet should be recommended for the people who live the modern life?
Yes, we learned a lot from our worldwide survey, and we noted that major cause of the people in the world, particularly in developed countries, is coronary heart diseases, and coronary heart disease mortality is closely related to the high cholesterol levels, so that we should reduce the intake of animal fat, and also we noted that the mortality rate of stroke is closely related to salty food, because excess salt intake causes high blood pressure as a major risk factor of stroke, so that we reduce the salt intake. And we should also recommend to eat the diets which reduce the adverse effect of salt and fat intake, such as foods which contains a lot of potassium and dietary fibers, so that the balanced diets are quite important. And we should emphasize the merit of the Japanese type diet for the longevity. Our study clearly indicated that the mortality rate of coronary heart diseases is inversely related with fish intakes, and also inversely related with soybeans intakes. So that the more we eat fish and soybean products, we can prevent coronary heart disease to enjoy a healthy long life.
I see. So I could understand the importance of considering the balance of nutrition and rediscover the traditional Japanese food. Thank you very much for your talk today.
Thank you very much.
That was Professor Yukio Yamori of Kyoto University, interviewed by Eriko Ari.